Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. So happy to share some energy with you today. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath, and we're going to jump right into the subject at hand. Whatever is meant for you will magnetize to your vibe. You guys know I love to rhyme. I don't know what angel I work with that is really into metronomes and syncopation and time. They're going to show out tonight. Gabriel, is that you? That's the angel of creativity. But it means that I have a lot of rhyming that I usually do. So it's weird because it's not how I speak in my day to day life. However, back to you guys. Magnetize your vibe. You don't have to force anybody to do anything, to love you, to stay with you. You don't have to force a job to keep you. You don't have to force an opportunity to be yours. If it is yours, it will naturally gravitate to you when your vibration is right. The only thing that we can control, and that's the big lesson that we're here to learn, is how to self regulate. How do we regulate ourselves? That's what we're here to do, is to figure that part out. And when we figure that part out, we are more powerful manifestors and attractors. I've told a story on here before about a person that I dated who was a pastor and for a Unitarian church, and she was fantastic at manifesting, and she really taught me about it. And she did say to me one time, "You're not so good at it yet, but I'm really good at it." She wasn't wrong though. There were no lies told. That was many years ago. I've gotten much better. The thing is, that's what I want you to know too. You too can grow. Your ability to manifest and magnetize to you what aligns with your life and path. Now, a quick message here for those of you that are into tarot and spirituality and all levels of spirituality. You do not need to make a honey jar, a honey pot, a sweet jar, or whatever. All of that stuff is going against the free will of another person. And even in our spiritual references, we are taught that we should not go against the free will of another person, that we should allow people to be who they are. Whenever you force someone else to love you or to be with you, it will always backfire and it will end up unrequited, or it will end up in some disastrous way that you would not ever anticipate. You can have the exact love that you dream about by raising your vibration to be that. That doesn't mean that if you've only attracted narcissists or people that were terrible or took advantage of you, that you're a toxic or broken person. No, it means that you haven't healed some of those wounds that are so delicious to those narcissistic energies. And if you're on this channel, I know that you've already addressed the initial part and are already beginning your healing process. So don't worry, sweet pea. You're already in alignment. You're already in alignment if you're here. But what I want you to understand is that you do not have to attract out of fear. You cannot attract out of fear, is what I really should say. That repels and pushes things away. So when you are wanting to manifest, be your very best, and not even the angels can do better. They will meet you. It's one of those things where it's like there's a GoFundMe for your desires. You just have to put out, I'm doing the GoFundMe, and it means you are literally like actually saying to the universe, I would like for you guys to help me aspire to meet these desires. And all you have to do is put out the post. And maybe you'll say, you know what, I'm going to put 50% into that post. Even if you put 20% and the angels are going to match you, the angels always do the most. Always. They do the heavy lifting. That's one of those relationships that it's not ever going to be reciprocal in, because they are divine beings that are guiding us. So, in any case, back to you. Manifest from not what you do, meaning you're not going to manifest an affair and a love attraction, love affair of your life, whatever the case is, from a place of strife and desperate neediness or codependency. You're going to manifest when you really love yourself and you're feeling good and juicy. That's why I talk about it so much here, because in order for you to love yourself, you have to love who you are when you are stripped bare, when it's just you with you. I mean that figuratively, I mean that energetically, I mean that actually. Do you like your skin? Do you like the skin that you're in? Because that's what's going to attract to you, if it's a relationship, the right thing, effortlessly. That's the beautiful part. There are so many things that I work so tirelessly at, only to get everything I ever wanted with ease. And all I had to do was love me. That is the truth. I'm still manifesting other things, and we're always a work in progress. I'm still evolving and learning with you guys every day. But I didn't want that to be a message that slipped away. My angels have asked me to step outside of myself and aesthetics to communicate with you lest I forget it. They're very clear about that. They're like, listen, we love you, girl. We love your face be to the God of wonders above all majesty. But sometimes you need to get on here and you need to, get on bended knee and teach. You need to serve. That bended knee is about service. So I'm here before you to serve you, collective. It's because I want you to grow and to evolve and get this and not be pushing so hard in the wrong direction. If it's a job, you manifest that by doing the best you can to be what is credentialized at that job that they are attracted to and looking for. That doesn't mean that you kill yourself and go back for more and more rejection if that happens. Also, let's employ the rule of three, which works with our jobs, our careers, our relationships, or anything we might want to be. The rule of three is this: anything that goes to three shall not persist. That's what I just heard to tell you. Anything that goes to three shall not persist. And so, what that means is if you've tried something three times, then it's time to allow it to die on the vine because it's clearly not meant to come to fruition. Oh, the angels have got puns and metaphors and rhymes tonight. I'm living for the energy. It's not meant to come to fruition, right? So if you've tried to make it work with somebody over and over and over, or they've done a certain level of betrayal to you, the same kind of betrayal over and over and over, then, my loves, you get to get out of it. Don't be there for 10 overs. We don't want you to be in the 10 of swords, which would be in tarot, the ultimate betrayal. The Three of Swords is enough. That heartbreak is enough to get you out of that. What I will say here too is if you're trying to get into a school, if you're trying to, like I said, procure a job, if you're trying for conception, for as some of you guys here may be doing, if you're trying to do anything that requires outside vibrations to be in alignment with yours, a miracle of the universe essentially to happen, then don't be in a place of resisting it by going after it in the way that you think. The way you go after it is by being self-sufficient and whole within yourself and being confident about that. When I have been in situations, specifically with relationships, where I was giving out treatment and behavior that was exactly what I thought, reciprocity would happen, the golden rule and all that jazz, and I never got it back, but I did when I got my self-esteem and my people pleasing and my codependency on track. What happened was I ended up magnetizing to me connections that were exactly the way that I loved other people that I'd always prayed for and struggled for. That struggle love, we don't do struggle love over here, Earth Angels. Divine Feminines, we don't do struggle love. You don't have to struggle for love. There is an abundance of love and escrow in the universe for you. All you have to do is say, I love me. And the universe will say, we love you too. And then they start to bless you with things. And it's incredible. The kind of connections that I indulge in and encourage in and I'm grateful for at this point in my life happen from a place that's pure because they were born not of strife. I didn't have to hold someone at love gunpoint with a knife. I didn't have to beg them to make me feel secure. They did all of that and more, and it was pure. And that happened because I got pure clarity within myself. I decided that my self worth mattered more, and I decided to raise my vibration by saying no to things that were tearing me down and keeping me stuck on the floor. That's the same thing that you need to do. So that's a little message. It's such a true thing. Nothing comes to you until you start to like yourself more. Everything is easier and shifts when you start to like yourself more and love yourself more. All of your magical, creative, intelligent, empathetic, juicy, sexy energy empath. You guys are beautiful humans, the most sparkly, beautiful humans that exist. I think a thing that I heard when I was at one of Oprah's You Can Live Your Best Life tours. We are stardust. The whole crowd went wild. She'd given us these bracelets, right? And it was a racket for the tickets, what I paid, but that's because, what did they call them? Uh, Not poachers, but someone here knows the word that I'm talking about. Is it poachers? I don't know what the word is. It's slipping my mind. You know what I'm talking about, guys. One of those people had jacked up the tickets, and so it was crazy expensive. And I went though because it's Oprah, and it was like my life's mission. But one of the things that happened here is that you got a whole little kit and packet and, folders and workbooks. It's Oprah. She's the consummate teacher. But there was also a bracelet that was given. And the bracelet was pretty magical, and none of us knew what it was going to be, but there was a big reveal. And the big reveal is that Oprah would talk. She did her speech and had it timed and practiced, and everything was just right. And of course, we didn't know that until all the lights went dark in the arena. It was the Miami Arena, and the Miami Heat Arena, and all the lights go dark in the arena. And she says, she like arises from the stage like a ray of sun. I'm not kidding you guys, like in an all yellow dress. The stage lifts her out. She starts talking about our destinies and our life, and she says something that stuck with me ever since that moment. She says, "We are made of stardust." Now, not necessarily a profound thing. We kind of all understand how the cosmos works. We get it. We are star seeds. We are made of stardust. And when she said it, everybody that had this bracelet on their wrist, it lit up. We didn't know that it was going to light up. And it was so magical. Imagine the wonderment, an audience full, a stadium full of grown adults, and we're all oohing and awing like 4-year-olds that just saw someone blow a bubble for the first time. She started talking about the color purple and the waves of grain, and all the bracelets turned the same color. A beautiful lavender flushed through the room in a wave, and all of us put our wrists in the air, and in that moment, we were all connected. We were one. We were there. We were star seeds. We were star dust. And we knew that the infinite great was a part of us. That's the magic of understanding who you are: divine empath, divine feminine, divine angel, divine earth angels, my beautiful, beautiful souls. Yes, that was a stadium, and it was a moment, and it was beautiful. And that bracelet, I still own it, but it doesn't work because it only was timed and set for Oprah's voice and for that weekend, for the whole seminar, for the whole all of the workshops that worked beautifully. Worked too during Deepak's workshop as well. I loved his. He did a morning meditation. But what I will, Deepak Chopra, for those of you that know Deepak Chopra, I adore. I love this guy. Fantastic teachings. A lot of teachings. So I'm supposed to mention this here for someone. Quantum Principles, Quantum Leaps, and the 7 Quantum Principles of the Universe. There's some book that he's written. He's written many. He's quite prolific. However, someone needs to check that out here. But in that moment, she did that thing, and all of us, when she said we were stardust, the bracelets turned the brightest of sparkling, twinkling yellow, like twinkle lights. All of our bracelets turned into twinkle lights. When a moment they had been lavender bright and solid, and now they were like this flutter of fairies, and there were thousands of people, and you could hear a pin drop as we all had our hands in the air. We were one thing. And that's what we are here, collective, tribe, my sweet peas, all of you ladies that are growing up before my eyes. I know it sounds crazy because some of you guys may be older than me or maybe younger than me, but the point of it is we are on the same journey, baby. All of us are on the same journey to self-love and self-worth, and that's the place that you manifest from. That's what has to come first. Recognize your divinity. You're a star seed, stardust. You are made as one. We are one. We are connected to the sun. That's why it turned yellow, that beautiful yellow color. That's why she had that on solar plexus, associated with self esteem, self love. That chakra gets us to rise above gritty circumstances and to be infinitely creative. It is the color associated with children, yellow. It is what we understand when we're feeling bright, a sunshine day. There are songs written when it goes the opposite way. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. My babies, you have been the sunshine, the stardust, and the star seeds all along. And there's never sunshine when you're gone. But think about that, how that affects your life. If you remove love for yourself, then how do you expect anything else to be right? When you align your own vibration and realize the powerful source you're connected to, that's when you understand there is not anything that you cannot magnetize to you. The thing about magnetization is it is a gravitational pull, it's primal, it's instinctual. If we're talking about lovers and people, if someone is yours, they're yours. Be confident in that. It doesn't matter what it looks like on the surface. You don't need to conjure anything to make it be real. If you feel that, it's an energy I think you should purge. They said to purge it. If you feel like you want to control something, that is born out of a lack and poverty consciousness. That is not you thinking that you actually are part of the cosmos, the stardust. They said erase that and understand that the universe has your back, That GoFundMe fund me that you put in escrow, it's there for you to withdraw from. It's not even a GoFundMe. You don't have to actually do anything. They said erase that. They said understand that it's an escrow. It's already in existence. This is from the teaching of Abraham Hicks. This is not any new thought form that I'm coming up with. You know, it's so funny. You know what, guys? I love Teal Swan, but I saw her do a thing today, and I was like, whoop whoop, pull over. But everybody else pulled her over in the comments. She quoted Maya Angelou, where she said, people will always remember, you know, essentially they will forget everything you maybe did or said, but they'll never forget how you were made to feel. And she quoted that just and put it and didn't put it in quotes as Maya's quote, and everybody was talking about that. Plagiarism, giving credit to people where it's due. Understand that the things that were done were not, or the things that were done to you. I'm getting a message right now for somebody about feeling slighted because someone plagiarized your work or did something and they stole something and they said it will always be righted because the authentic person, the copy, the carbon copy comes first. So they're saying something about the authenticity, meaning we know that's Maya's quote, and everybody in the comments, even though Teal Swan is a world renowned spiritualist and thought leader and speaker, everybody corrected her immediately and said, wait a minute, this came from someone and we know who she is. When you're authentic, empath, I don't know where we're going here, but they said to go. Here we go. When you're authentic, you may be imitated often. This was a conversation that came up in another life from today. You may be copied. It's very possible things may go that way, but no one can usurp your greatness. If you are you, the source and the creativity, that yellow energy, solar plexus energy, that comes from within. And that is nothing that anybody can take on the chin, meaning they cannot take from you that thing that is natural and innate to you. So someone's heart needs to be at rest. You have always done it best. Anyway, back to the message. Magnetize to you what is in the right vibrational alignment. So you get yourself right, and then whatever you are, you will attract. When we watch people get into toxic relationships and we wonder, how did they even get into that? It's because that's who they were, vibrationally aligned. I have a video here, water meets its own level. That's who they were, my loves. That's who they always were, whether you wanted to be blind or not. You didn't pay attention to the signs, codependency, wink, wink, message, enmeshment, wink, wink, love addiction, wink, wink. My empath, I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to me too. I have been in the trenches there with you. And when we see people magnetize relationships that seem unhealthy, and where we have, it's because we aligned on some level with the vibration. And so now that you elevate and ascend, you are no longer in that space. There is a clearing that happens, and then you have God's grace, meaning you're attracting where you're at. And it will only evolve as you move forward in your spiritual journey. So give yourself a break and do yourself a favor and magnetize with ease. And it doesn't start with groveling and the way you people please. It starts with you getting close to your own self and your own spirituality. It starts with you sitting outside and listening to the whispers in the breeze. It's all about you, baby. It's always been about you. We incarnate here and we come in alone. And yes, we have tribes and families and lessons and people that we may want to love or disown. But at the end of the day, we still die alone. That experience is singular and unique and still mysterious. No matter how many people have crossed over and come back and told us what they did see, that experience is unique for them. So live your life here free. Because when we cross over, there are new things that we will evolve into and get to be. But while you're here on earth, enjoy the abundance that is being offered to you. Magnetize from a place of ease because it is your birthright and it's what we get to do. Earth angels, we come here with a heavy load to help others and lift them. But we are not any good if we cannot even love ourselves. We can never be a gift to them. Last thing, when you are going against someone's free will, love spells, for instance, all the things I had mentioned earlier, honey jars, there is a cost. It usually means that there will be a relationship that is lost. If you're trying to make someone love you or stay with you, that never works, guys. Just do the best thing. Be the person in the mirror who you love to see. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. And I promise you, the right relationship, not necessarily the person you're emotionally attached to, message, but the right relationship will easily magnetize to you. All right, guys, I love sharing energy with you. Let me take a look and see if there's been anybody that's popped in. It's pretty early. We do have some people. Hi, Jenny. I'm glad you woke up from your sleep. So good to see you all the way from Scandinavia. Everybody say hi to Jenny. I love when she pops in. Hey, Jess. Oh, I love you, Jess. Church, a quiet church today. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Tanisha. What about manifesting a job opportunity that's taking a minute to find out the answer? If you are not getting an answer on a job opportunity, like I said, Sarah, the rule of three applies. So pay attention to how many times you've tried, and then you have to release it. I've had great stories from client success stories where they have released a thing and it's come back to them 6 months later or a year later. The thing that is for you is always for you. A love that is for you is always for you. A job that is for you is always for you. We try with all of our might to control the universe and get it just right, but sometimes you have to release it. So if you tried at least 3 times and you need to send that up to the universe and say, I would like to be better aligned with a job for my highest good. It may not be the exact one that you want, Sarah, but you will get exactly what you deserve and need and what you align with. Tanisha, hello from Scandinavia. Nolan, I've been wondering about this. We're so in sync. I love it, Nolan. I love when you pop up. Nolan89. I can't say his name. I don't know if it's No89Len. I don't know what you want me to say, but Nolan, I love it. Tanisha, you guys are so sweet. I just love all this communication. Sarah says, thank you, Monette. The things I'm working towards in life with the position, it's not the actual company I'm waiting on. It's a background company. Taking a bit longer because I'm disputing a thing. Sarah, I understand, so hold on for that. Sarah says, awesome. You went to Oprah, one of Oprah's tours. It was awesome. It was really cool. Oh, Jess, you're such a sweetheart. Jess is like my chaplain of the chat. I love this girl. Jess is brilliantly empathetic and kind. And I'm so appreciative of all of you guys here. Hey, Sala. Oh my gosh, I feel like we got a real class growing. It's familiar faces, and I'm so grateful for you. All right, guys, I'm going to pop off here. If I have anything else, you know I'll be back. I love you guys so much. Come back and join me next time, and we'll continue to evolve together.